Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dawncaster. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who took the time to watch the first 3 episodes. I have a plan to try and do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday release, but since I decided to start all of this insanity of trying to chase a little dream of my own in the middle of the week, I kind of threw a wrench in my own plans, like the meme of the guy on the bike shoving the stick in the bike. Yeah, that's me right now. But either way, we will begin this episode by reviewing Dawncaster actually updated recently. So from the Steam page, Update 1.0 is a controller rework for people using Steam Decks and such. Based on your feedback, we've completely reworked the control scheme of Dawncaster on Steam. We recognized it wasn't where we needed it to be yet, so rather than incremental fix, we just threw it all in the trash, essentially, and set it up from the ground up, which, you know, sometimes is what you need to do. I haven't seen what it's like yet. We'll be checking that out right now, today. Usually when I record these, I'm recording like one run, which is like 3 episodes, but I also understand that like long format isn't usually great for some people, so I might attempt to try and do like shorter 45-minute runs instead of like a 90-minute run, so we'll see. But the changes, ADHD, they improved controller support, new keybinds, quick keys, and on-screen references, removed all textual reference to taps or swipes, feels more native to mouse and keyboard, added new options that make better use of your screen space, including tooltips and talents on tooltips and focuses on cards. I'm excited to see what that looks like. Other changes are instant text dialogue, option to instantly display dialogue text, which I might activate here in a minute. Keyboard hints, can turn them on and off, and achievement fixes. And then they go on to talk about their focus for 2.0, which is a meta progression system, which I think would be phenomenal. They go in a little bit more detail about it, but basically an idea for newer players that are like myself, that are newer to the game. This game comes with a lot of cards, and I think a fun unlockable meta progression system would be fun for players to have. It would also be nice for players to have that to opt in or opt out of it. Like if you're a player who's been playing on the mobile forever and then you just get it on Steam and you just want to jump right back into where you were, I think having an option to turn it off would be fine, but it's not my game. I support whatever they want to do, so long as it isn't like insane with microtransactions, but I don't think that'll happen. That's that. My nose is pretty stuffed up right now. I've been sick all weekend. I wanted to record over the weekend to get some episodes already rendered and processed, but here we are. I was on call Sunday at my job and got called in for a case at 6 in the morning, and I was there until about 6 p.m. at night. So I didn't really get to do much of anything besides lay on the couch, mope like a baby, and man-cold myself into my wife. In the first episode, I didn't have the option to reroll these, but now I do, so if there's anything here I don't like, I can reroll them. Aura of Divinity, I might keep. Call to Arms, survive a final encounter on any difficulty as a hunter. So I think I might reroll in bulk. Alchemical Experiment, drink 3 or more potions in a single combat. That'd be better for a rogue run, I think, but you could probably push it to work in a hunter since they are a dex base as well. We have rewards, we have fate shards, wrong spot because I'm the dumb rewards page. Sorry for the sniffles. I will attempt to do that as little as possible. It is a habit of mine. So I ended up watching one of the people from the community the other night. I need to disable the streamer overlay that protects names because you don't get to see my Discord. But their name is Forefeitquill. They were playing. Go check out their Twitch. I'll link them here. They're very nice. Another, just like me, smaller format streamer, just trying to enjoy the game. So, Hunter, huh? It's kind of like a kick in the shin whenever I went and unlocked stuff for the Seeker, which is what they played the other night, which made me real excited to play the Seeker, but I guess we're going to be playing a Hunter today. I think I'm going to stay with the core again for one more run, just to like get myself back into the groove. But I may go for a Great Bow Hunter instead. Deal 5, ambush, crit hit, and gain evasion. Stalking weapon, use your weapon power to gain evasion at the start of your next combat. Passive, start with an imbued killer instincts. And then exterminate, deal 3 damage, flanking, your next attack deals additional damage equal to the damage dealt. Cleavers, deal 2 damage, and frenzy, attack again and inflict 3 bleed. So it's like a self-hurt. Use your weapon power to inflict bleeding equal to your level and conjure a life drink or venom potion at the start of the next combat. I mean, that gives us the alchemist, maybe. If we can get like 2 more potions. Then deal 5 with Hungering Strike, execute, kills, and gains this life drain on the hit, which paying the life triggers the frenzy. So I think I'm gonna go Great Bow. It's just me, and we'll go the typical archetype. We'll dig deep into it. What we got here? Bonus income. Ooh, probably. Oh, that's cool. I like that portrait. I like both of those. Okay. New game. We already beat the warrior run. We'll come back to it. We're not going to jump up in the difficulty levels yet. We'll play the female portrait. It's fine. So, the hunter typically uses hatchets. That's their starting weapon, which is a flanking hit, so for 4 damage. But we're going to go with this right here. And actually, before we go too deep, let's look at this. Display and performance. No. Gameplay. Fast hovered. Instant on. Show pop-out tooltips. High contrast, I don't really care about myself. Seated randomness, cosmetic card set. Okay. That looks good to me. New game. Hunter. Great Bow. So, feral weapon is the base for the hatchets. Use your weapon power to start the next combat with a Fury, and passive, you gain 1 regenerate on every 3rd hit. So, they're kind of like a berserker almost with that, even though they're a hunter. It's pretty interesting. Especially with flanking, you hit twice, so as long as you're playing the hatchets on the end, you can get 4 hits pretty easily, which gives you 1 regeneration on the 3rd hit. We're gonna go stalking weapon because we're not really, with our weapon, we're not looking, because it's a 2-drop, 2 generic energy. We'll have to go for something like this. At least for right now, until I have more of this craziness unlocked. So much stuff. It's great. Feral Strikes, you make a basic attack, and then a Frenzy, you get an anger for every attack that hit, and a basic attack would be if you played it on a flank. Since it's a basic, you'll hit twice, and if you had Frenzy triggered, you'd get 2 anger, or 1. I played this card really bad my first time using it, and I think we even had it in the warrior run, and I played it bad there too. So we'll go with Exterminate. 1 hybrid dex strength. Deal 3 damage and flanking, so if it's on the end of our hand, we deal damage, additional damage equal to the damage we've already dealt. So a regular attack. We'll deal 5. If we had ambush, we deal 10 because it crits, and then this would make it deal 13. I'm estimating. We're just gonna random through it. We're gonna random one more time because I don't like that. No offense to the Sarahs out there. Isolith, Stillwater. Yeah, that feels okay. Using the great bow, so why not? I'm gonna go with core, extended, and meta progress here still, just because there's a lot here, and I'll get into it soon. We'll just go normal for now still. I will slowly tick up through these as we play through all the characters. And then we will also select next. And again, I'm going to progress the core again. I know there is a lot of stuff to do with the DLCs, but I just kind of want to ease myself into playing on the computer. Who knows, this run may be a failure, I'm not sure. So we will start it off with Islith. Hopefully everybody's had a decent week. Start off in the cemetery. The old wooden wheels creak as the carriage comes to an abrupt halt, and the driver lets off the worn reins, slides his fingers, while the horses whinny and tired reply. So, I'm just gonna go with, I can handle myself. Get the money and skip away. Hit an opportunity. Help. Help me. So we've got the crow. I want the potion. Just because I'm attempting to get that, that bounty. So that'd be 75. Strange statue stands out from the surroundings. The angelic features of the stone statue tower out from its pristine pedestal. Oh, wow. I'm gonna give myself a do-over. English is hard for me, apparently. The angelic features of the stone statue tower out from its pristine pedestal. Above its brilliantly carved head, both hands reach for the darkened skies, its fingers forming a perfect triangle, while colorful lights dance over its marbled features. So this statue changes the color of an energy on a card to generic, if I recall correctly. So I'm going to add a surge card. I probably should have checked my deck before I clicked that. Conjure a basic, strength. I think I'll add a surge of strength. I'm okay with not conjuring a basic, and I like getting more HP. So fight or fight. So let's go with the ghouls. Let's see how this plays. So we start with 1 dex, 1 strength, 70 HP. The seed for anybody who wants it is AB997D6CD2. Our talents are stalking weapon, which, again, evasion on the start of next combat, and start with an imbued killer instincts. We'll read that in a second. Killer instincts as combat action, deal 4 additional damage while ambush is active. Ambush functions, as you're going to read here, oh, weird that it's not showing what ambush does. Huh. Interesting. Well, anyways, ambush is the first card you play a turn. So when I play this bow, as you can see, it's going to deal 18 damage because it's going to crit. And then we'll also gain evasion. But I don't think it's going to matter too much because we will drop the ghoul in 2 hits. 20 XP. Oh. I'm taking it for reasons. We'll pop the weapon to fight the abomination. We'll begin with an ambush. And then we will great bow, dex, and end the turn. So now we've got 2 evasion. Flanking, so let's use this great bow. This exterminate. Did I play that wrong? I clearly played that wrong. Ah, I am the dumb. It's okay. We know this. Anybody watching this is clearly not watching it for my great intelligence. 18 damage. And then we get him on the great bow. Venomancing. This combat, your basic attacks deal additional damage equal to the poison on your target. This is like setup. We would need poison. And we know backswing from the warrior. So adding this is a dead card currently. So I think I'll add backswing. Backswing will make the great bows cheaper on draw if I play it off of the flank. We'll hit the Crimson Grave Robber. Kind of like this. So get the great bow, strength, strength, backswing off the flank for haste. Hits us with the shovel. Oh, he frosts us, huh? So what we need is cards that reset our ambush. Leaping shot. Oh, wild alchemy. All right, we take this only to achieve the bounty. It'll probably help later. Let's hit this opportunity up. A young wounded boar cries out in pain and fear, its hoof trapped in 2 large claws. So we could free it for more luck. Which is at 10 right now. Or we can kill it and skin it as a hunter. Kind of cruel, but I'm gonna do it. Extra layer of padding. Ooh, what is this? At the start of your combat, gain 1 evasion. Yo, alright. I accept that. Let's hit the Skullwing Moth. Great bow into not a backswing because I keep forgetting that great bow takes 2. But we'll gain 1 extra energy. We're infested. Infected. Whenever you discard a card, take 1 damage. Well, hopefully I won't be doing that. Ooh. Discard a card to gain 3 energy. Yeah, I think the adrenaline is going to be good for this since the great bows were so expensive. I think we can handle disturbing 1 grave. out to the spirits or open the grave. Let's call out to the spirits. Absorb the soul, talk to the spirit. Talk to me, spirit. Okay, this one I don't remember for the warrior, so it might be something unique to either a dex class or the hunter. You sense a restless spirit atop a freshly dug grave. It seems desperate to communicate with you. Talk to me, spirit. The spirit senses you too, forming a strange connection through which you appear to understand its thoughts, if only partially. We cannot pass. Warden wants us to stay. Help us. You can't leave? The spirit's thoughts seem to intensify, conveying both a sense of extreme exhaustion and anger. I'll do what I can. The feeling of dread and anxiousness fades and is replaced by a sense of hope and gratitude. Absorb the soul? The soul seems all too eager to leave this place, and you feel its presence strengthen your own. Scatter souls. Spend up to 3 souls to shuffle an equal amount of Souls of Vengeance cards into your deck. Ah, so this is like a soul build, and I haven't got to play with souls yet, so this will be a very, very weird hunter deck now. Restless Ghoul wants to hit me for a lot. Use souls to power abilities. When you are slain and you have 100 or more souls, gain 50 HP and lose all souls. Oh. Very interesting. That explains the 18 now. My brain is finally like catching up with the stupid that exists in it. Ambush gives 4 extra damage, Great Bows deal 5, so 9 doubled is 18. Anyways, Great Bow. Surge of Strength. We can probably win with the Philosopher's Stone, so we'll try that first. Or not. Philosopher's Stone will smack us in the face and laugh about it. I could... It's in my Discord, though. On draw, gain 1 soul. And your next action this turn inflicts a critical hit. Oh. So now I guess the question I have for myself is... when I spend these souls, do I spend them constantly? Anyways. Answers we'll get soon enough. Level up. So Malice would be interesting for this deck because of potency, but right now we don't have anything that gives us potency, and maybe this will give us something that does it, but I am not, I'm not one to try that out just yet. Man, Forgery of the Philosopher's Stone would be funny. Draw an extra card per round. Whenever you add a permanent card to your deck, gain 3 max HP. It's a pretty powerful one to get early on. Oh, Deadly Accuracy. Considering that the Great Bow is ranged basic. Yeah, I think Deadly Accuracy is the call. We have to play for survival. Let's see. Make a basic attack, repeat for every basic attack you've made. I really don't want any of these. Broken grave. Oh, interesting. A broken gravestone has scattered its rubble over the soft patch of soil. Open it. You dig into the shallow grave, quickly uncovering a small stash of items. Ring of power, too. Maybe that's always here. It's just funny that I'm currently rocking almost the same rare setup as the warrior right now. As you pry the trinket from the muddy soil, an unsettling groan rises and catches you by surprise as the bony claw reaches for your throat. I mean, I know he gets anger, but hear me out, devs. If he's getting a sneak attack on you, give him first strike, maybe? I don't know. That'd be funny. People may hate me for that suggestion. Say Levy. Great vote. Alright, I'm really liking this hunter right now. Foretell 5 and draw a card. That's pretty good. Foretell is like scrying in Magic the Gathering. You'll look at the top X cards. In this case, you're going to look at the top 5. Put one on the top, and then you'll put the rest on the bottom. So, similar to it, but not very much. You know, I don't mind some diggy dig, and that takes us to 20, which will activate Philosopher's Stone Scholar. Sorry for the sudden silences. I'm trying my best to, like, silence my mic when I go to cough. Interesting. Maybe I found a bug, devs? I'm not sure. That seems weird, or it could just be my setup. I see that the graveyard shift is popping up in the upper top corner. That's just weird that it's flickering like that. Sort of its turn it gains 2 barrier. And they're also going to have anger now because of disturbed graves. I think it's trying to open graveyard shift. It is, but it doesn't want to bring it up for some reason. Strange. Alright, Church Grim. Oh, and it stayed up there for a second, too. Alright. This is silly. I'm gonna get steamrolled here at some point. I know it. It's gonna happen. Things are going too good. I'll Surge Stone for that momentum to draw a card when I actually have some more surges. I think another Surge of Strength would be nice. Fancy Tombstone. A rather fancy tombstone stands proudly and remarkably distinguished over a heavy slab of stone. Undisturbed, pry the grave or lift the stone. You dig into the shallow grave and quickly uncover a small stash of 28 gold. The Pale Warden has shown his face. To start, he inflicts 1 vulnerable, and then we have Disturbed Graves. Trigger the bow, get 2 ambush and start my turn. I don't know if the ambush will help me against him, though. Since the evasion is with melee attacks, and he is probably going to hit me with magic. Yeah. So evasion's probably not going to be my benefit here. So it looks like this is going to be a round of setup. Yeah, we'll recon to the Surge Stone, which will draw it. We can then play the Surge, play the Wild Alchemy, because maybe in this fight we'll get to actually pop the, Cloud Kill, trigger your foe's poison, but he doesn't have poison. Alright, bullet time, as long as he doesn't interrupt. I know I can't play it right now. What a whiff. I feel robbed. Anyways, Scatter Souls. This will answer my question whenever we get into another fight. On a critical hit, On draw, I gain a soul, and your next action this turn inflicts a critical hit. So if you cycle through and draw a lot, you can build souls pretty quickly with it. Pass the turn. Ouch. This is where I get steamrolled. Oh, so it burns away. So the next action is going to inflict a critical hit no matter what. This at least gives me evasion, but again... I think we play Exterminate, discard the Ring of Power, and then Great Bow. So we Exterminate. Oh. No. Dummy. I am the dumb. I played it on the wrong side. I wanted to play it over here. Oh well. Lesson learned. This may end up, well, not may. This is gonna end up hurting a lot. So basically, I probably could have killed. Or not. It wasn't even flanking. So I wouldn't have it wouldn't have worked the way I wanted it to anyways. So we'll just Ring of Power. Gain 5 life and end the turn all sad. That vulnerable's gonna hurt. This may be the run. Yeesh. Yeah, he's healed. Okay. Hit him with the bow. Surge, Surge, Dex. Hitting him with the bow deals 7, but does it matter? I think I risk it and save my energy for a big play next round. Rude. Okay. Well, we've gained back all the souls we spent. So that's, to our credit, I guess. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Still much more damage than I wanted to take, but... If the enemy dies this turn, gain 5 and draw 2 additional cards in the next. Hunter's Mark. I mean, I am a hunter. This combat your melee actions. Well, we aren't using any melee actions, so I think I'll just grab the carving knife. Having the ability to gain souls seems pretty good. We'll explore the area some more, though, because even though we took some damage, we have, like, every campsite known to man left to heal ourselves at. And then I think I will be removing a block. Because I live on the edge, baby. Because I'm a baby boy and I'm playing on normal mode. Console leveling. Another adventurer. Answering the gilded summons. You arrived at a fortuitous time, Hunter. We could use your assistance in a delicate matter. I am just passing through. The council seems taken aback and narrows their eyes at you studying you. I see. Well, if I may direct your blade, Hunter, may I suggest you keep an eye out for patrols. We haven't heard back from them in a while. It will be worth your time. Okay, blacksmith. Upgrading the great bows seems insanely good because of the ability of them to, you know, deal more damage. Oh no, I caught that cough at the end. I was too quick on the button push. Future me, get it in post. I probably won't get it in post. Or we could go about upgrading the Surge like before. I'm probably gonna go with the upgrade all basics. Just because they deal 6, plus 4 is 10, so it's gonna crit for 20 now. Just feels real good. Okay, do I keep the Philosopher's Stone? I think we try and transition the Ring of Power. I can't help myself. Philosopher's Stone's just too fun. Rune of Persistence. 1 use. Add Persistent to a card in your hand. If the card was conjured, it becomes permanent. Ah. Interesting. If this has any keywords other than unique, transfer them to a card in hand. Otherwise, this card gains a random keyword. I feel like the Gift of Nature for the Hunter feels apt. It's probably gonna muddle down all of our choices, but the hell with it. Fortress Gates. Again, I am ready to leave, and we are again going to take the core to the Eastern Blightwoods and fight Garvin Graves, because, well, getting back into the flow. I promise we will attempt DLC paths soon. Into the Eastern Blightwoods we go, to deal with the bandits and Garvin Greaves himself. He's like the Bayou meets Crocodile Dundee. Bloodhound or Opportunity? I go for Opportunity. A large forge burns with a bright blue flame. Lick of the fire, promising arcane rewards in return for mundane weapons. Throw a weapon into the fire. The forge consumes the weapon with obvious delight before returning the reforged ashes its new form. The forge consumes the weapon with obvious delight before returning the reforged ashes in its new form. Burst of Karma. Deal 3 damage whenever you discard a card this turn. I mean, not great, not bad. Opportunity again. A log cabin rises through view of the undergrowth. The bark-covered logs chinked with a sand and mortar. A stone chimney rises from the far side of the thatched roof as vines and weeds cling to the walls. Perhaps you might find some valuables or enjoy sleeping in a bed beneath a proper roof. Enter the cabin. Inside the cabin, cold ashes rest in the fireplace. A wood and rope bed fills the far wall, and dust blows across the wooden floorboards. Cook a meal. Starting a fire, you manage to find several ingredients: a pot of honey, mustard, and dried herbs. All you need to make a true feast out of whatever you've had on hand already. As the smells of a well-cooked meal start to fill the cabin, the sensation of being watched intensifies. Call out. You call out, but get no response. Yet the feeling of being watched does not diminish. After enjoying the meal, you fall into a peaceful slumber and awake refreshed the next day. Shrine. The Shrine of Potential. The statue of a stately figure looms over you, its left hand open, with the right wielding a large gavel with the inscribed words, "Power through Sacrifice." Offer a card of high rarity to get an upgrade. Incorrect, I lied. Select a card to remove and upgrade all cards of that type. Those types being melee, magic, ranged, and divine. magic action. Item. Item. Okay, we leave. Nothing I feel like offering. Another shrine. You spot a worn statue at the wayside. Even though its base is shattered, it seems firmly grounded in the dirt. Upon inspection, its folded hands seem to have a small space between them. Perhaps intended for a slot for a card. Inspect the shrine. Shrine of Stability adds reliable to... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Reliable on a great bow? Yeah. I mean, this would be good too because then we can get it off of not flanking, but great bow reliable. Reliable great bow means evasion. Ambush no longer matters. So this great bow is very good. Alright. Bandit Looter, because I don't want to deal with First Strike. Hear me out. Those pop-ups, if we had the ability, and I don't know that we have them, if we had the ability to adjust where they're at on our screen, that would be pretty cool. Anyways, we will Great Bow for 24 damage. And then Burst of Strength into Surge Stone and end the turn. And then hit a feels bad, but it's alright. We'll reconnaissance to grab a backswing. I know we have... But at least we can gain a flanking. And then we could discard the Gift of Nature. And then we'll end the turn. Bruh's just taken all of my money. Rude. Give it back. I think making the carving knife memorized would be nice. That way you always start with it and you can gain the advantages right away. Frostfire? What is this? Oh, this is like a monster reward. That's why it's red, I'm pretty sure. Inflict 3 burning, inflict frozen equal to the target's burning. Innervation. Conjure a lightning card. Channel lightning actions gain 10% chance to critical hit for each stack of chain. Interesting. Not where I feel this being at. If anything, poison coating is kind of where I want to go. Opportunity. Sip of my beverage. Entrancing song. I refuse to be entranced. Stab myself in the leg. Alright. Eventually the music stops. Your inflicted wound hurts, but at least your mind is still your own. Yeah. Alright, Crimson Cannoneer. Let's do this. Well... Retaliate, retaliate. Neither of which are my reliable, so rip. Great bow it is. I don't even need to think. The great bow just deals so much damage on hit. At least, I don't need to hit right now. Draw 3 cards, gain 1 dazed. Yeah, if I could drag these, even if they pop up down here, I feel like shift the cards up and have these pop up down below. Or off to like the right-hand side instead of the upper left. Even just giving the option for us to set them where we want, that would be nice. Caustic Breath. Deal 5 and inflict 5 burning. Lowers the target max health equal to the damage it's dealt. Okay. That's neat. I'm gonna try not to muddle my great bow though. Crimson Bloodhound. Oh. This is kind of feels bad-ish, I guess. Life Drain. And then he gets hit with the Great Bow. Now, do they stay in my deck? It doesn't look like. Wing Buffet. A Baylor attack, it looks like, based on the art. Deal 1 damage twice. I'm alright. Not for 2 energy. 6 damage and stagger. So your turn, take damage equal to half your stagger. That's right, that's right. Brain. I'm not doing melee action, so neither of those sound good to me. Well, we're gonna get hit in the face first because of first strike. It does just consume the souls. That's kind of what I thought, and it does not load them back into your deck. Okay. Noted, noted. The reliable. Alright, so then we're gonna Surge of Strength, Poison Coating, then we'll hit with the Great Bow. Because it's reliable. Rude. We will Surge of Strength again. How many charges does the alchemy have? Only 1. Philosopher's Stone. Draw a card and convert its cost to blood. We'll just hit him with that headbutt. Trick Shot. Delve an Arrow. Finale. Conjure a Copy. 4 bleeding. That's nice. Triggers when played with 2 or fewer cards remaining in hand. Well, this is not a rapid-fire archer deck. This is more of a Barrett 50 cal sniper deck. I think I'll grab the Lacerate for the bleed. I might have her change the Burst of Karma. Sadly, I think it would only be a lateral movement. So we'll head to the Strange Carvings instead. You spot some strange carvings on the bark of a nearby tree. The signs seem to indicate a trail of sorts. Oh, Matriarch Daisy. Okay. We're gonna trigger the bow and we'll try and fight Matriarch Daisy. See if she ends this run. That high-pitched squeak was my drinky drink. Because I'm a thirsty boy right now. I really wish one of these was reliable. It's not. Great Bow into Surge of Strength, into the Exterminate. So then we'll sit with 5 damage for our next attack. Pinned is one of my, like, hated things. I'm gonna discard the shoals. We will gain souls? Why not? And then we'll backswing. And then we'll hope Daisy doesn't hit me hard enough to make me regret my life. Being pinned again's fine. Especially with Surge of Strength. I don't want to play that, because then I lose it. It goes away. It's only one use. Daisy really doing the damage here. That is the reliable version. I don't think it matters. We can get her on the reliable hit. So we've at least recovered the souls we lost. It's unfortunate that Daisy has taken us down to almost no life. Melee actions, well, that doesn't matter to me. Yeah, Fury cares about anger, which is fine. Careful chemistry. At the start of combat, conjure a potion. Your potions gain persistence. That is a good one. Duplicity. When you add a card to your deck you already own, upgrade the existing copies 2 times. I'm gonna grab Careful Chemistry. Spirit Stomp. Deal 8 damage if the target is over 75% health, inflict bleeding. There we go. Vanish. Vanish is what I've been looking for. Draw a card, reset your ambush. I think we need to rest at the campsite, sadly. Take on the Crimson Cannoneer. Steel Skin Potion. Alright. I want to draw a card. Oh. I wish. At the start of combat, that's what I thought. So I don't think I'll get to the other potion yet. Wild Chemistry's there, so we'll just wrap that fight up. Got a little too excited and used my health potion, but this is what it is. Draw a card for each type of unique energy you have. I'm fine with that because we have 2 unique energies, so this is a free draw 2 cards. I think we have enough now. 35 gold, I believe, is what it costs to shift a card to a higher rarity. And I am going to do that to Burst of Karma, because it just doesn't fit this vibe. I don't like using the word vibe, but... Oh, this combat, your basic attacks and mantras deal additional damage equal to your focus. Centered Strikes is the Seekers. Conjure a quick jab or a sudden strike. Sandcastle, gain barrier for each of your clones. Well, I don't have either of those. I guess I could take Centered Strikes. I'm not making clones, and I don't have focus right now. So it's a throwawayable card on a statue that may want it. At least he's probably hitting with melee actions, it looks like. Ah. So I was right. Draw 2 cards. So we can... Weird hang-ups. Create 2 potions. We can Carving Knife. Spirits. Poison Coating into the Philosopher's Stone. This turn, conjure a free melee action whenever you take damage. That's funny. It's gonna go away anyways, so I'll play it. Ow, rude. Alright. $24, then backswing. No backswing. Necro is a dumb. I don't want to spend the souls yet. I'm gonna build them up a little more. Although I guess it being towards the bottom isn't horrible. This is a reliable great bow, so I'm gonna take the chance to reconnaissance. Grab the Surge of Strength. Put it on top. Play this on the correct pattern, and he dies. Pollination. Gain 3 regenerate and inflict 12 poison. Am I inflicting it on myself? Or am I inflicting it on them? Inflict 2 poison whenever you inflict bleeding. Ah, yeah. This is really good. On the mobile game, my one hunter run was a hatchet, bleed, poison, bleed build. It was very enjoyable, very satisfying. I think I'm gonna grab this just because I need to know. There's a burning desire in me to know. A soft squealing breaks the unnatural silence of the woods. As you circle the suspiciously noisy tree, the noises get louder and louder until you see a bound man squirming against the ropes wrapped around his entire torso. A torso stripped down to the boots and undergarments. Check the boots! As you slide the man's boots off, a well-hidden coins tumble onto the dirt. Start cutting the ropes. The merchant brushes himself off indignantly and seems confused about the whole ordeal. Finally, he glances at his discarded boots on the ground and he narrows his eyes. We will consider that a small fee for freeing us from this ordeal. Thanks, Julius. I'll catch you at Bright Candle. We'll hold off on the blacksmith in the campsite until we get here. You spot some strange carvings on the bark tree nearby. The sign seems to indicate a trail of sorts. I'm just like ad-libbing at this point. I have accepted that I will never read things correctly, and I'm just making that shit up as I go. And considering we're at the 59-minute mark, I can start swearing again. Hopefully I can try and wrap this up quick. So we're gonna hit the bandit camp. And I think we'll charge in. I think charging in is just, unless you're really low on health, charging in is just the best option because getting more experience is helpful. Right? Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong about that. Great bow. Potion of Visions. Into Wild Alchemy. We can use Vanish to reset. And then we could Reconnaissance. I don't want to hit Carving Knife, so I will hit this Great Bow. And then we end the turn. Because all those cards, I think, if I'm not mistaken, get put on the bottom then, or discarded. I would have to double check. It's not the reliable one, so... If it was reliable, I would have been able to, like, at least gain some health. Zealous Strikes. Deal 4 damage, deals piercing damage while you are below half your HP. Well, I'm not right now. Substance Z is real good. Energy doubled. Rapid reload this combat, conjure a random arrow at the start of the turn. I think I'll take Substance Z, because the moment I get the chance to increase my strength or my dex to use that, I can start doubling my energy. So we'll pop the weapon, get our evasion at the start of turn, and we'll face off against Garvin Graves. Yeah, because like right now, the Great Bow is great. No pun intended. But we do obviously lose the advantage of being able to play anything else, and I feel like just laying down some damage right away is good. Usually. But I could Adrenaline into Poison Coating Lacerate, which I think is what I want to do. Because now we can Poison Coat, Lacerate. No, I should have played it on the other side. Backswing would have been nice. Heal, and then we'll end the turn. So now we've built a little bit of setup, and hopefully the evasion that we've had helps us not take as much damage. So we can crit off on him, Surge Stone. And since I have a feeling that this combat's gonna last at least a cycle in the deck, maybe, I will play that. Brother just made every potion under the sun. I am offended. Alright, so we'll Wild Alchemy, Carving Knife into the Totem of Spirits just to gain more souls. I mean, it's still 16 damage. I think we'll free play up. Delve a Potion. Deals 6 damage, inflict bleed equal to the Sinister. Well, that's fine. That at least takes away his block. We'll Delve a Potion. I think I want Potions of Visions, which is persistent thanks to our... Okay. So we could Pollinate... Exterminate? Pollinate off of Strength. Yoink, play a monster action. So it gives us regen and inflicted poison. And then we'll Exterminate for 10, which should set us up for a kill with the Great Bow next turn. Or not, because I'm dumb and I forget that this needs to be flanking. One day I will not be as stupid. Today, it's not that day. We will foretell 5 to get Soul of Vengeance on top, just to guarantee we get it. Rude. Rude. The reliable's there. 24. So I think we should Surge of Dex, Substance Z, play reliable. Yeah. Because we reset with Vanish. Reliable, Vanish, resets us back, and we Great Bow. We were very close to achieving our 50 Fate Shards there. I could have waited, but like I said, kind of rushing a little bit to end this video a little quicker. Damnation, we are kind of leaning into souls somewhat. It seems weird. It costs 3 energy though, and we don't have 3 energy currently, but deal 5 damage, repeat for every 5 souls you've collected. 2, execute, lose all your souls and gain that much life. If the foe dies. That's a powerful heal. It would just take a little bit to regain our souls. We would need like a second carving knife, but I think the carving knife is unique anyways. Yeah, so I could never play more than 1 carving knife to begin with. Now, an ability that allows equipment to double trigger that would be neat. Don't care about Carnage. Don't care about Determination, because not doing any melee attacks, or technically I'm not. So I guess I could grab it. It's kind of a dead card, but for now. The leader of the bandit staggers, an incredulous expression on his twisted face, slowly changing into a blood-filled grin. Lucky hit. You don't even know what's really going on here, do you? He pauses, coughing up some more blood as he clutches the clearly lethal wound on his chest. Garvin snarls and watches his bloodied hand before taking another ragged breath. You think there's hope here? Well, there is none, Hunter. There's something those holier-than-thou paladins aren't telling you about this whole endeavor. But I won't be the one to spoil the Well, let's address the remaining bandits. With their former leader dead in the mud, the remaining bandits stopped their jeering and stared at each other bewilderedly. So, we can have them all work for me, which gives an interesting interaction. We did the invite back, which gave us gold. We could let the militia sort them out. None of the remaining bandits seem inclined to challenge your claim, most still looking disoriented as if wondering how they got here in the first place. Where to next? So let's just explore this area just real fast, because we still have a campsite. This will give us a heal. And then we got the blacksmith. With just enough to upgrade all basics. I think we upgrade a card, though. Oh. It'd be real cool if upgrading this decreased the number of souls. I know it won't, but that'd be neat. That would be the one thing I would love to see, would be if cards could have an interesting, after they've been upgraded so much, they get a special unique card. Because that's the one thing that's different in this than Slay the Spire, is Slay the Spire, when you upgraded a card, unless it was like a specific card that had continuous upgrades, they flipped to their like plus version and that was it. So it would be really cool if some of these cards could have like specialized effects on them, if all cards could be upgradable. And the ones that aren't combat cards, when you upgrade them, they only upgrade once and they add like special effects or become something interesting. That would be a cool progress it could take. It would literally almost double the amount of cards in the game, but I guess that would really require some balancing. So we're gonna go Surge Stone because drawing is nice. Really could remove the centered strikes, but we'll just leave. Back to Bright Candle for Canto 4, but I think that's where we'll call this episode. That was 2 areas this time. in just an hour, so that's a lot less time. Thank you again for everybody. The support is very much appreciated. If you watched through the whole video, thank you so much. Hopefully it has been enjoyable, or at least having me on in the background has helped you progress a task, get something done, been that white noise if you need it. Hopefully I've brought some kind of joy to you, helped teach you something maybe, even though there wasn't much education going on here. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to watch, the ones that like the video. If you subscribed, thank you so much. All of that helps, sharing, etc. Again, I don't care too much about getting famous off of this, but I want to try and give people something they could enjoy, and getting more views or more exposure kind of goes hand in hand with spreading the joy, I guess. But either way, every little bit is appreciated. Yeah. So I will catch everybody in the next one. Goodbye. Still no outro, because I don't know what to do. See ya.